All right. So you got your Savage Worlds Adventure Edition Essentials box, and you're really excited about it because it's freaking awesome. But the box comes with a few things that are really designed for shipping and so that you could potentially keep everything nice and neat in here. But over time, because it's made out of cardboard, it starts to deteriorate. Now, I'm not knocking this box set by any means in any form or fashion because I love this game and I love the way that they've packaged it at Pinnacle. However, I have figured out a way to make it just a little bit easier. What you need is a 3D printer and a little bit of time. So we're going to take a look at what I've done. Basically, they've done a great job of packaging everything right inside of here and getting it so that you have easy access to all of the stuff that you need for Savage Worlds. Ooh, and I just realized there's one thing that I got to go back get. I'll be right back. All right. I almost forgot my core rule book, and that's an important point. They have designed the box so that the core rule book can fit inside of it. See, with the cardboard that they came with. However, I don't store my core rule book in the essentials box. I use this for all my goodies. This goes on my nightstand because I like to read it on a regular basis and also like to have access to it. I don't want to have to open a box to get it. So there's a caveat. The stuff that I've made here to make the organization right in this box doesn't allow you to put the core rule book in the box. So sorry about that. That's just the way that I am. I like my essentials box to have everything and have ample space for everything. But let's move on. So when you first get it, obviously, by the way, I did an unboxing video. I'll put a link to it in the comments. So if you want to check that out, feel free to, because this is not going to be an unboxing. But you've got your status tokens and all of the stuff, templates, bookmarks, GM screen, all the great stuff that comes with the essentials box. And like I say, especially this top, the cardboard starts to deteriorate and not be as usable. Some of the pieces fall through and stuff like that. Again, this is a fantastic design, especially for shipping and stuff like that, but it's just not conducive for me. It takes a little while, as you saw, to unpack everything. And to carefully pull each thing out before you lift this off. And then you need a place to keep that at your GM table. This part here is pretty sturdy, and I would think this would last a long time, but we're not going to need this either. We're going to start with an empty box because this box is gorgeous. Like you guys know, like the cover with red on there. It's amazing. It's an amazing piece of art. So the first thing that I did was I created a dice tray. And the reason why I did that is because I like dice trays. I like a place where I can take my dice and roll them. So I 3D printed a dice tray. I put some magnet inserts in there. And then that holds all of my GM dice. As you can see, there's plenty of space in here for additional things. If I wanted to stick additional things in here, I could. Blast template doesn't exactly fit. It's right up against the felt. But other than that, there's tons of stuff that I could put in here, right? For instance, my status tokens and PowerPoint markers. But I actually have a spot for them too. You'll see later on. We've got 4 pieces in this Savage Worlds organization kit that I've made with the 3D printer. So what I do is I take my dice tray with my dice in it and I put it right there. Isn't that beautiful? Then I decided I wanted it to be really functional, just like the dice tray. So you see I've got the nice little Savage Worlds logo on here. I made a Benny holder that will fit in here, but at the same time I wanted to be able to just pull it out and have it in my GM area and have access for the bennies. Besides, so this Benny holder holds 75 bennies. So it holds the standard 25 that come with the Essentials box set. And then if you buy more bennies, it'll hold those too. Or if you get an expansion set that comes with bennies, then it'll hold those as well. So that was the idea behind the functionality. I wanted it to be able to do both. So then along with that, as I mentioned earlier, my status tokens, I get those in there. And then I also use these laser pointers, right? I mean, if I want to point at something on the map, or if I want to draw a line for fire, for arrows, I use these laser pointers. Well, I wanted a nice place to hold those, so what I did was I made little slots over here. And there's also a slot for a pen or pencil, which I use from time to time during my gaming as well. That way, when I pull this out of the box, I set it on the table as a GM, I'm ready to roll. I've got my laser pointers right there. I've got access to my bennies to be able to hand them out or throw them at people who crack jokes. And so that just fits right in next to the dice tray. So see, that's where we are with that. The next thing that I wanted to do, I've got this space over here, and I like to carry a lot of extra dice with me when I'm GMing, especially when I GM at an event, because not everybody shows up with dice. So I made another dice tray. This one's a little bit different. It's an octagon, and it holds a ton of dice. Right here we've got 9 players worth of Savage Worlds dice. And you can see I put felt in both sides. And the reason for that is because after I give people the dice, I can also hand out 2 trays for rolling. So if players wanted to have a place to have their own rolling tray, right, then they've got it. It's all built in my Essentials box. So, and that could also, if you didn't want to carry people's dice, you still could use this, and then you could stick additional things in there. Like I said, these are also just storage areas. But as you can see, that fits very nicely right there. Just perfect. Well, as close to perfect as you can get, I think. All right, the next one, now remember, I wanted it to be functional. I wanted it to be able to pull out and be something that was functional. This one's not quite as functional, but it does have a cool logo on it. And I did print this one in gold PLA, which is one of the Savage Worlds colors. So I thought that was kind of cool. But I needed something to fit right in here to keep everything nice and snug. You know what I mean? It just has to, my box has to not be moving all over the place. So that really is the idea behind this. Now we do have a spot here where I can put my favorite miniature. And I do use it to put the cards that are in the game, right? And they fit just like that, nicely in here. And then my action deck, which by the way I didn't show, I like to use the slot on the Benny holder for my action deck after I've dealt out initiative. Look at how perfectly everything fits in here. And, you know, I have extra things that I like to do. Like I like to have index cards with me. So I made this so that they would also fit in there. And we've got space back here for our blast template. And also bookmarks can just slide in along the sides of things. As you can see, we're slowly putting everything in here. Here's a cool thing too. The large blast template is pretty big, but what's cool about that is it offers a platform for stuff to sit on. So what I did was I made these notches in this one organizer so that it would just fit right in there like that. And now what we've got is a nice tabletop, right, where our GM screen can just fit. As you see, we've got a little wall here to butt up against. And then the last thing that we have is our situational rules sheets and our world builder guide. And look at that fit. I mean, dude, it doesn't get much better than this. If you'd like to make your own version of what I've made here, I offer the STLs for free. I copied them up to Thingiverse for you guys. And I'll put the links down in the description. And also, please like and share this video with your friends that play Savage Worlds. If you have an Essentials box, you should consider it. Remember though, like I said, the caveat, your core rule book will not fit in there. I don't see that as a downside because now I have tons of storage space and everything's organized perfectly. And like I said, I like to have this out all the time. I don't want to open my box 20 times a day to get access to my rule book. That's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope some folks print them. If you do, comment and let me know what your thoughts are. And also, you know, obviously I can make adjustments and tweaks along the way. So let's make this even better for the people of Savage Worlds. Until next time, get savaged.